Battleground states results are getting tighter and tighter as President Trump narrows Biden's lead in Arizona. One America's Christina Bobb spoke with Arizona Republican Chairwoman Kelli Ward.
Arizona GOP Chairwoman Kelli Ward is on the front lines in Arizona. The state could possibly wrap up its vote count today or in the next few days. Just yesterday, the major networks that had called the state for Biden have pulled back that decision, and it's now considered a toss-up. I had the chance to speak with Ms. Ward and hear directly from the Trump campaign what's happening on the ground in Maricopa County, Arizona.
We are still in the fight. This is far from over. Votes are still being counted. The margin is razor thin. And we also have lawsuits here on the ground because there are thousands of reports of voter fraud, voter irregularities, and voter disenfranchisement. We're not going to take this lying down. We're not going to allow this election to be stolen from out from under President Trump.
The Republican Party has expressed many concerns over vote counts in Arizona. Ward explains some of the irregularities.
Well, I have concerns about the integrity of the entire election, not just these last few votes that are trickling in. It's very disappointing that we don't know how many votes were actually cast in Arizona. It seems as though we should know the denominator that we're working with on election night. But in Maricopa County in particular, they are able to print ballots on demand. So when someone shows up at a voting center, they type in some information and out pops a ballot. That, to me, is a potential place where there could be fraudulent activity that occurs. Also, we have seen a lot of problems with voting machines across the country. We do use Dominion systems here in Maricopa, as well as ESS, which also has problems. It hasn't gotten as much news, but ESS is used throughout the rest of the state. We have to make sure that there is no electronic funny business that's going on, attributing votes that should be for one candidate to another.
Republicans want to ensure a free and fair election. This is not simply about re-electing Donald Trump.
Some people think that Trump supporters aren't going to be happy unless President Donald J. Trump is re-elected president. Yes, in our hearts as individuals, that is true. We want Donald Trump to be the president. But more importantly is making sure that our elections have integrity and that all the people of the United States can trust the results.
Trusting the result as well as the process preserves the integrity of our election. How is the GOP doing that?
We do have poll watchers. We have observers from the Republican Party watching the proceedings, though there have been reports from those very same poll watchers that they've been disenfranchised. They've been given opportunity to observe, but it's not meaningful opportunity. They're placed 20 feet away from screens. They're facing the back of the screens rather than the front of the monitor. They're told that they can use binoculars to be able to see. And the Democrats are using COVID as an excuse to implement these draconian measures that make it impossible to meaningfully observe what's going on.
Disenfranchised poll watchers are not the only signal there's a problem in the Grand Canyon state.
There is no way that the election could come out this way. In particular, there's one district, Legislative District 17. It is in the Chandler, kind of East Valley area of Arizona. In that district, the Democrats put in over $1 million targeting our legislative races, hoping to take those seats away and give them to Democrats. Our Republicans were able to come out victorious. But in that very same district, they're going about 75% for Joe Biden. Those two things do not match up.
Republicans have fought an uphill battle but are primed for quite a comeback.
I want to urge Republicans in Arizona and across the country not to give up hope, not to allow the mainstream media to beat them down.
The battle intensifies in Arizona as the state could potentially flip red for Donald Trump today. We eagerly await the results, and the GOP works to safeguard the integrity of the election process. I'm Christina Bobb, One America News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.